Welcome to volume 253. I'm Mark Graves, just a regular guy fighting prostate cancer. I'm glad to have you along for the ride. And get rid of these because there's a little bit of reflection in my glasses. What do I care? I got it this morning and did my morning routine, took my blood pressure, checked my oxygen level, my heart rate, my blood sugar, temperature, all the things I normally do in the morning. And then made myself a bowl of cream of wheat. So delicious. I put raisins in it this morning and honey, and it was good. And I took a picture of it, sent it to my daughter, who, when I first got out of the hospital, was making me cream of wheat all the time for breakfast. And so it made me think of her. So we texted a little bit. It is Monday morning, almost a week since I did my last video. And I gave you the news of my PSA score being less than 0.04, which is fantastic. The next day, I got the rest of my blood panel, my lipid panel, and everything was awesome. The green on everything, glucose, the whole thing. The only thing that was in red was hemoglobin, red blood cell count, which right now they're not worried about. So everything there is looking good. So I went Wednesday to see my oral surgeon. For those of you who don't know, because of my chemo treatments, I lost 3 teeth on the upper right side of my face. And I had the teeth pulled last year. And then I had to wait for everything to heal up. They put cadaver bone stuff up in there. And when I went back on Wednesday, it was the follow-up. I'm sorry. I went, how long ago did I go? In a week, maybe 2 weeks now, that I had the rods put in. And there's a video where I actually have a picture of that. It's a little weird to look at, but he said everything's looking great. Was happy with the speed of my recovery. Went ahead and took the stitches out, which was nice, because I don't know if you ever had stitches in your mouth, but your tongue tends to play with them all the time. So you're like doing this, and then one of them will come loose and it lays across your tongue, gets stuck in your other teeth, and it's just a big pain in the butt. So I had one do that I trimmed myself, and then he took the rest of them out, which was awesome. So I'm just trying to remember. I took notes since I haven't talked to you in a week. Let's see. Okay, so yesterday I went, Kelly and I went to a place called Board and Brews in Huntington Beach. It's over right by the Hoag Medical Center on Beach Boulevard in Huntington Beach. And I have been there before. I went with my buddy Kevin, who passed away of cancer. Gosh, has it been 4 years? 4 years maybe since Kevin passed away. His children are my godchildren, and so we had gone there a couple times and got a sandwich for lunch. Because towards the end, he really couldn't do much, so I would go pick up lunch, or we would go together and get lunch, take it back to the house, and enjoy lunch together, and then we would play Scrabble. Kevin was an amazing Scrabble player, just, wiped the floor with me, but always fun to play with him. So we went there yesterday. We each picked up a sandwich, and then we headed down to Bolsa Chica Beach and sat on the tailgate of the truck. And we enjoyed the view, the ocean, the sand. It got a little chilly and a little breezy the longer we were there. So we hung out for a little while and then headed home and did our usual Sunday stuff, which compiles, or that's not the right word. But Kelly did her running around and grocery shopping and Target and those kind of things. I'm still a grocery delivery guy. I got hooked on that at the beginning of COVID, and I still prefer to have my groceries delivered. Now, granted, I use 2 places. I use Walmart and I use Amazon Fresh. Walmart cheaper on the vast majority of stuff, but their produce sucks. It's terrible. the produce from Amazon Fresh is quite a bit better. Although I should temper that a little to say it used to be a lot better. I don't know what's going on with produce lately, but they have sent me some absolutely rotten fruit. Russet potatoes with wormholes in them, purple onions that are already mushy when I get them. And it's like, come on, folks. So, I mean, yeah, they gave me my money back for them, but still, I needed those, for recipes because I love to cook. So anyways, yeah, I guess that's about it. It's Monday morning. I'll try and do a couple of videos this week. I've got an MRI. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to tell you. I have an MRI coming up on Wednesday at the Hogan Huntington Beach on Beach Boulevard. And the problem I'm running into, and I completely forgot about this, but when I went in to see my oncologist a week ago today, we talked about a bunch of different stuff, how things are feeling, what I'm doing, that kind of stuff. And we talked about and now I'm going to forget the word again. Give me just a second and I'll think of it. Neuropathy, which I was under the impression I had in both my hands and my feet. Well, it turns out the neuropathy from the chemotherapy is indeed in my feet, but what's happening in my left arm is not. So it's my left arm. My fingertips are tingly, kind of like it would feel if you went to sleep and you slept on your arm. You wake up and it gets tingly and feels weird. Okay, that's pretty much 24/7. That's how my hand feels. My arm sometimes joins in, not all the time, but the hand constantly. It's always like that. Makes it difficult to pick things up. It's not painful. It's just really annoying. I mean, you can imagine how it would be to try and make it through your day with this hand feeling like it's asleep. It's ridiculous trying to pick things up. So he told me, he says, that's not from your chemo. He said, if it was, it would be both sides, the way that your feet are. He said, the neuropathy in your feet is from the chemo because they both work the same way. He said, the fact that you only have it in one arm and you're just your left hand, he says, belies that there's something else wrong. So I have a MRI of my neck scheduled for this Wednesday in the afternoon. And what he's thinking is I may have a problem here in my spine, in my neck, which wouldn't be unbelievable at all, because in 2009, I had the same type of thing happening, although my arm at that time really withered. It got smaller and thinner. And at the time, working for AT&T, I had to climb telephone poles and stuff. That wasn't good. The arm would open up, my hand would open up. So it got to be really dangerous. So I took some time off of work and I had surgery done on that. And they did a spine fusion on my C5, C6, and C7, which are right in here. So I do have a scar along the edge of my neck where they cut me open, and I had degenerative disc disease. So they took the discs out that were in there, and then they took a little metal plate that looks like a dog bone. It has 2 screws at the top, 2 screws at the bottom. So it kind of gives it the look of a dog biscuit. And they put that in there, and then I had to wear the neck brace for, I don't know, months, because that all had to heal. And it did, like I said, 2009. So it could be that the same issue is happening now, maybe with different vertebrae. I honestly don't know. I have no idea. So we'll get the MRI done on Wednesday and find out what's going on, because it sure would be great to fix this. This has been going on since around the time of my chemo, which is why I assumed that was the cause of it, but it may not be. But it sure would be great to get that fixed. It's so annoying. And the feet are getting better all the time. When I first got out of the hospital, I had to use a walker. And even with that, I had a lot of trouble getting around. Now I'm up to a cane. If I have to go for a good amount of walk, like if I got to park out in the parking lot and walk to a store or something, or if I'm going to be doing a lot of walking around in a store, I take my cane with me, and it just helps to keep my balance, because sometimes with the neuropathy in your feet, you don't feel the bottom of your feet. They get kind of numb, and it happens just out of the blue. And so then your balance is off, and you don't want to take a header in the store. That wouldn't be good. So we'll get the results of that probably Friday, maybe somewhere around there. But anyways, I'll update you as soon as I find out what's going on. So thank you very much for listening to me blather on. I hope you have an awesome Monday and a fantastic week. Thanks so much for watching the channel. I do appreciate it. If there's anything about this video that you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. That really does help the algorithm. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, click the little bell. It'll notify you whenever there's a new video put up. And again, I appreciate you guys so much. All of the prayers, the positive thoughts, the aloha, the shaka, the good juju, all the vibrations you guys put out into the universe for me. I so appreciate that. I really do. And I apologize for that being such a long stretch in between videos. It had so much going on last week. So I'm going to start this week off with one on Monday, and hopefully I'll be able to get more of them in this week. So thank you very much. I love all of you. I'm so blessed to have you in my life. And you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next video.